Tell you what, boy, you've got some bottle. I was looking forward to seeing my son.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Jim. How else am I supposed to get to talk to you?
Well, to tell you the truth, Michael, through a medium. That would be my preference.
Well, it's important, Jim.
Oh, is it? Who to? You or me?
No, to both of us, probably.
Now, why would I want to discuss Elizabeth with you?
I know, I'm sorry. It's just... Look, I don't really understand what's happening here. She's changed. I mean, she's only been up here a short while, but something's happened. I want to know what's going on between you two.
Who's a jealous boy, eh? You're jealous, Michael, aren't you? You're jealous of a man who's banged up inside.
I've got a right to know.
For most of her adult life, Elizabeth was with me. For 24 of those years, 24, she was mother to my two sons, Stephen and Andrew. Now, she's not going to forget that. Not even if she goes toddling away with a toy boy to Milton Keynes.
And she's not going to forget her fiancé just because her ex-husband gets himself in a bit of bother.
Oh, I see, and somehow that's my fault, is it?
I just want to know what's been said, that's all.
Nothing's been said, Michael. You happy now?
Just don't encourage her. Eh? She's very confused. All this business with you and Steve, it's got her really upset, much more than you can imagine.
Upset? Oh, poor wee lamb. Well, let me tell you something, Michael. It upset my son Stephen and me a hell of a lot more. The last thing I have had time to do is think about Elizabeth over the last few months, okay? So if you've got a problem with your fiancée, then take her back to Milton Keynes and discuss it there and stop bothering me.
Hi.
Right, Liz.
How are you feeling?
Look, never mind about me. Elizabeth, you want to tell me what is going on here, please? Michael has been to see me.
Right.
Right. You don't seem all that surprised. You see, from where I'm coming from, Elizabeth, the guy who runs away with your wife comes to see you in prison. That's a bit spooky to me, you know what I mean? Now, I might be wrong.
I wasn't your wife. Not when I went away with Michael.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
What did he say?
Well, he said that you two were having problems.
That's right.
I see.
I know what you're going to say.
No, you don't. Look, Elizabeth, for a long time now, the only thing that made me happy was thinking that you were happy. And now you're back living in our house. But I need to know one thing. Are you here for me, or are you running away from Michael?
Oh, well, you look the way I feel. Or the way I'll feel in the morning when I've drunk this dry.
Keep the whole bottle yourself?
Bottle of wine, nice meal. Just wanted to cheer myself up.
Yeah, could do with cheering up myself.
The curse of Dougie Ferguson. Oh, come on. Probably made too much just for myself anyway.
Wasn't angling for an invite, you know.
Well, I'm inviting you anyway. We can toast Dougie over a red-hot fire.
I came because I felt you really needed me. You and Steve.
I needed you when you left with Michael. That's when I needed you.
Please don't make this harder than it already is.
Yeah, but you turned your back on me and left with Michael, a man I took to be my friend.
I know.
I can't tell you how good it is to see you, Elizabeth, but I need to know you're here for me. Not just because things have turned sour between you and Michael.
I think I should go.
No, please. Elizabeth, no, stay. Elizabeth, stay. Look, when Michael came to see me, I don't know, well, he implied that you still had feelings for me.
After all those years together? But boys, of course I've still got feelings for you.
No. Not those feelings, but feelings that were getting in the way between you two.
Jim, I'm here. And I swear this time I won't let you down. All I know for sure is I love you. There you go.
Thanks. So who is this guy?
Well, his name's Colin Applegate, and he's a partner in a really big firm. Apparently he's really brilliant, and he works with all the top barristers.
Yeah, well, they all say that, don't they?
Yeah. Well, then I went for a free consultation to this other practice, one of those where you only pay if you take them on. But I could tell they weren't half as good as this other guy. Apparently he's only lost one case in 5 years.
Oh, well, dead on. I'm in good hands then.
And Natalie sends her love. So do loads of others.
Well, that's everyone else sorted out now. Can we talk about us? Look, the last time you came to see me, you said how you felt. You talked about your feelings. But I need to know exactly what you meant. Well?
Is this a good idea?
Simple question.
After all that time we spent together, of course I've got feelings for you.
There you are, you see, it's all in the past, isn't it? You see, when you're stuck in here, Elizabeth, you do an awful lot of thinking. Head spinning, round and round. And I think you've been thinking too. But I don't want you to say anything you don't really mean. So I need to know exactly what's going on inside your head.
If I knew that for sure, I'd tell you. Well, look at you. Look how well you're walking.
Comes in handy, you know, when you get to walk about your cell all day.
I'm so sorry. I can't believe what's happened.
Spare me your sympathy, Elizabeth. Just let me know why you're here, please.
I had to come. I wanted to see you. And to see Steve.
Oh, Steve. Huh, well, you've missed the boat.
What do you mean?
Well, you're too late. In case you want to sit in the bedside and play your Florence Nightingale bit, you've missed the boat.
That's not fair.
No, don't suppose it is. Still better late than never.
When you rang to tell me about Steve, Michael and I were away on holiday. That's why I've not been in touch before.
Ah, Michael. Well, how is he? How's Michael doing? How's your big romance?
It's okay. It's fine.
Good. The wedding ring. So you're not married then? I thought you were getting married.
We've been very busy. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about me.
Well, let's talk about me, shall we? Eh? Do you want to know what I've been up to over the last few weeks? By God, I've had a cracking time, me.
Please don't.
Don't what? Let me just tell you what's been going on, Elizabeth, okay? Your son, Stephen, my son, our son, gets his head kicked in. He's half dead. Then I end up in here with all these scumbags, rapists, murderers. But don't you worry your head, because I belong in here, so I do.
Stop it. You don't belong here.
Don't I? Well, that's rich coming from you. As I recollect, you used to tell me, oh, Jim MacDonald, you know the one thing wrong with you? You use your fists before you use your brains. Well, fair play to you, were probably right. If I'd listened to you, I probably wouldn't have ended up in here.
You don't have to do this. You don't have to punish yourself.
Don't I? You're forgetting something, Elizabeth. I'm a murderer. I killed a man. So forgive me if I'm a little bit preoccupied, because you want to know something else? It's his funeral today.
You didn't mean to do it. Steve told me. The guy is a murderer. He almost killed our son, and he was after him again.
Oh, that makes it right, does it? Eh? He's a murderer, so he deserves to die. Well, what does that make me? I'm a murderer. Do I deserve to die? Is that the crack?
He punctured a lung, and he was after our son. It's manslaughter, not murder.
Oh, come on. Dress it up any way you want. He's dead. I killed him, okay? And I'm doing me time now, believe you me. Sorry I lost the head before, you know what I mean? Well, it's being in here, you know, being locked up. I don't like you seeing me like this, Elizabeth, in here. It's not right.
It's all right.
It's not all right at all. It's far from all right. You know, when I went to the police station, handed myself in, I thought, well, I could do this stand on my head, you know what I mean? I'll tell you what, it's a terrible place, this.
Is it that bad?
Oh, for God's sake, you're desperate. There's like a way of living in here, you know what I mean? There's a way of talking to people. And there's a way of looking at people. You have to be hard as nails all the time, you know what I mean? You can't be scared. If you're scared, you're dead.
You can cope with it. You can. You've been inside before. And 20 years in the army. You're strong, Jim. You've always been strong.
Ah, well, maybe. Sometimes I don't feel like it, you know, in the middle of the night. You see, the whole place, it's like a noise. There's a noise all the time. It's like keys, doors slamming. Do you know, shouting and roaring, people never shut up. There's never any peace. All through the night, you can't get away from it. Tell you what, I've never been so lonely in my life.
And to top it all, Martin wants to ask David who he wants to live with. Can you believe that?
Oh, Gail, I'm so sorry it's come to this.
I can't get my head round it. I've lost my husband. I don't feel very stable. I feel it's all crumbling down around me. Oh, it's crazy. I mean, you're married for years. You build a family, a future. All it takes is a few weeks for it all to fall down.
Are you sure there's no way you can sort this out amicably? I mean, you could still go and see a counsellor.
No. It's too late.
Are you absolutely sure? Because believe me, once these solicitors get their teeth into each other, it can get really nasty.
It already has.
You'll have to get in touch with the utilities, water, gas and that, let them know when you're moving in.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
And there's the keys. What is it to say? I hope you'll be very happy.
You're joking, aren't you? Anyway, listen, thanks for sorting it out so quick, yeah?
Cheers. Here you go. Thanks.
Listen, pal, we all know you're not whiter than white. Maybe I'll make a few phone calls to the Gazette, eh? Let's see how you like it.
Right, you're going to let us know what's been going on then, are you?
Oh, hey, look, Vinny, I've got me back to the wall here. I just don't have time for this, I'm sorry.
No, but you've got time to talk it through with your girlfriend. How come I have to ask her to find out what's been happening?
Listen, Nat, I didn't mean to keep you in the dark. I just thought that I could turn this thing around without too many people knowing.
Can you?
I don't know. Those weasels at the Council of Clothes Wraps. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, it's not much, but at least there's some good news.
What's that?
Martin Platt, he's taken the flat above the hardware shop.
Believe me, it's going to take more than his rent money to keep me afloat.
That's it.
Until next time.
What next time?
I'm going to sort things out so I can come and see you again.
Elizabeth, I appreciate you coming to see me, but you don't have to.
I know I don't have to, I want to.
You've got Michael. You've got a new life in Milton Keynes. And just you go home and get on with it.
And leave you in this state.
Well, you can't take me with you, can you? Look, I'm sorry I lost my temper. I was just keeping things inside. Locked up. And let him out when I saw you.
That's good. At least we can still talk.
Well, there's not a lot left, really. I've just got to accept I'm here and get on with it.
No, you don't. We don't have to accept anything. We're going to fight this.
I'm pleading guilty. There's not a lot left to fight for.
Yeah, there is. There's people who care about you. There's people who want you out of here. I won't let you give up.
Come on, mate.
That's it.
Until next time.
What next time?
I'm going to sort things out so I can come and see you again.
Elizabeth, I appreciate you coming to see me, but you don't have to.
I know I don't have to. I want to.
You've got Michael. You've got a new life in Milton Keynes. And just you go home and get on with it.
And leave you in this state.
Well, you can't take me with you, can you? Look, I'm sorry I lost my temper. I was just keeping things inside. Locked up. And let him out when I saw you.
That's good. At least we can still talk.
Well, there's not a lot left, really. I've just got to accept I'm here and get on with it.
No, you don't. We don't have to accept anything. We're going to fight this.
I'm pleading guilty. There's not a lot left to fight for.
Yeah, there is. There's people who care about you. There's people who want you out of here. I won't let you give up.
Come on, mate.
What have you done? What's happened to your eye?
Call it an occupational hazard.
Wasn't one of Jez's thugs, was it?
Now, the whys and wherefores don't concern you, Elizabeth. Suffice to say, the gentleman responsible was sorted.
What?
I sorted him out. He won't be throwing his weight around again.
Well, what do you think you're doing? You shouldn't be causing bother so close to your hearing. People will say you're a troublemaker.
Oh, troublemaker. Oh, right, I see. As opposed to being a kind of murderer.
Don't talk like that.
Like what?
So aggressive.
Elizabeth, I've told you before, you don't walk away in here. Any sign of weakness, you're dead.
I know. And I know it's difficult, but just try not to get involved, otherwise you're never going to get out of here.
Does it really matter?
Of course it matters. It matters to me.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. I want you out of here. Not just for your sake, but for mine. Why not?
Why not? Elizabeth, look, for the umpteenth time. Many times do I have to tell you? There is one very good reason, and his name is Michael.
I should have told you the last time I visited. I don't know why I didn't.
What?
It's over. Me and Michael have split up.
What? When?
Last week.
Why? No, sorry, don't answer that. It's nothing to do with me.
But yeah, it is. Me and Michael were fine. Everything was okay. But not compared to what we had.
Elizabeth, you are looking at our marriage through rose-tinted spectacles, so you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Look, it wasn't exactly a smooth ride altogether, our marriage, was it? I mean, I remember the rows, even if you don't.
That's what I'm talking about. The passion. There was never any real passion between me and Michael. Not like we had.
Elizabeth, look, I do not need this on my conscience on top of everything else, all right? You can't just leave Michael. For God's sake, it's a new life, a fresh start. Look at me. I'm in jail.
I know. And I still want you.
You don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I do. And I want you to want me. Tim, look at me. Talk to me.
Oh, God. I never thought. I never. When you're in here, you're locked up. Things racing around your head. I never thought we'd have another chance. Oh, God, I want you. I've always wanted you. And I always will.
Mum said you've been making enemies.
Well, you know what the law is in here, son. Get the dig in first.
Yeah, I remember. It's not easy to stay out of trouble in here, is it?
Tell you the truth, do it stand on my head. It's just like being in the army again. Getting used to it, you know. Visits from your mother and yourself make things easier.
She's working hard on your defence.
Oh, she is, isn't she? So how does she seem to you?
Seems all right, why?
Well, I mean, is she happy? Happy to be back, you know?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. What about the house, you know what I mean? I mean, there's been some changes, you know what I mean? Wouldn't like her to think that Gwen's mark was stamped all over the place too much, you know?
Well, why would Gwen matter to Mum? She's history.
So has she said anything, Stephen?
What about?
About her and me, Stephen.
Dad, what are you going on about?
Do you know, I'm going to have to spell this out for you, aren't I? How would you feel about Elizabeth and I getting back together again?
Hiya.
Right.
I brought you a present. They'll give it to you later.
Yeah, well, those are the rules.
Yeah, it's only a book, but they've taken it away to be checked.
Hmm?
I don't know whether to say happy birthday or not now.
Couldn't really give a stuff about my birthday right now. Do you understand?
Would you rather I hadn't mentioned it?
I'd rather you'd gone out with a nice, respectable young man instead of me all those years ago.
Well, I don't think I'd have known what to do with one if I had.
Well, it would have made your life a lot easier now, wouldn't it?
Maybe it would, but the trouble is I fell in love with you.
Yes, you did. You did. Fair play to you. Then things got tough. I found myself in a wheelchair. You got yourself another man, and you liked it. It was the worst day of my life, Elizabeth.
I know.
No, you don't. Do you know being in here's a walk in the park compared to that day, so it is?
I've said I'm sorry. How many times do you want me to keep on saying it?
Oh, that's not what I'm after.
There's not a day gone by when I haven't thought what an evil, selfish cow I was. But I'm back now. I'm here. And I'll make it up to you, I swear I will. But please don't keep on punishing me by dragging it up over and over again, because, Jim, I can't go.
Well, I'm not dragging it up. You're the one who's obsessed with the past, not me.
No, I'm not. I want to forget it.
Oh, really? What, by coming here and trying to make things better? Is that the crack?
Yeah.
I want you to leave.
What?
I want you to go. Go. You went before. Go again, only this time don't come back.
We were getting along fine. I don't understand what's happened.
I want you to go. Which particular bit don't you understand?
I'm not going anywhere till we've sorted this.
It's been sorted. Look, I spoke to Stephen, all right?
Steve? What did he say?
He's helped me put things in perspective, all right?
Meaning what?
Meaning I knew all along, but I didn't care to admit it to myself, that's what.
No, I don't understand what you mean.
I mean, you're not here because you're in love with me, Elizabeth. You're here because you feel guilty. You said as much so yourself.
No.
Yes. Look, I can't help you with your guilty feelings, okay? That's nothing to do with me. That's down to you. And pity? I don't need pity and I don't want it.
No, you don't. I love you, you idiot. Why do you find that so hard to believe?
Look at me, Elizabeth. Look where I am. Behave yourself. You can't want this.
If I was here just because I felt bad about me and Michael, how long do you think that'd last? Couple of months? Do you really think I'd put you through that? Do you think that little of me?
I can't bear it. I can't bear to think about it, for God's sake. Don't you see? Even if you're telling the truth, even if you're being straight with me, knowing my luck, something's bound to go wrong, and I couldn't bear it.
Not even giving it a go. I know you want this to work as much as I do. You've got to trust me.
Look, I don't even know how long I'm going to be in here. You deserve better than that.
But I want you. I want what we had together. And that's worth waiting for. There you are.
Thanks. You know, come to think of it, you never told me exactly what happened between you and Michael.
Well, there's not much to tell, really. I mean, Michael and I got on okay. And I know you won't agree with this, but he actually is a really nice man.
Nice? Well, what's nice? You know, bickies are nice, wee sausages are nice. What's nice?
Yeah, exactly. You were never a nice man, Jim.
Ah.
But you do make my heart beat just a little bit faster every time you come into a room.
Oh, here? What, even this room?
Yeah, even this room. You don't know how much I want you.
Elizabeth, will you settle down, please?
I know. I shouldn't be saying that. Steve thinks I'm going to hurt you.
I know, he said.
But hurting you is the last thing I want. When I came here, I never expected this.
I have to admit there was times I wish you'd never come at all. Wish you'd just sent me a card saying good luck or something. I mightn't get out of here, you know.
But your new solicitor said that you
Doesn't matter what my new solicitor said. I mean, even if he's right, what have I got to offer you? Nothing's different. I mean, we didn't have much then, we still don't now.
We've been over this again and again. I don't care what you've got to offer me. The important thing is you. I've been without you for too long. When I first came here, it wasn't because things weren't working with me and Michael. It was because it was a good excuse to come and see you.
You're joking? You mean you wanted to come and see me before?
Yeah.
Oh.
I spoke to Steve earlier in the year, and then he told me that you'd got somebody else.
Ah.
I think that's when I realised. It broke my heart. Because before then, I'd always thought, well, I can just go back to Jim. He'll have me back. And then Steve said that you were going to marry that Gwen.
I was close to that. So tell me, what would you have done if I'd married that Gwen then?
Well, I don't know. I suppose I would have tried harder to make it work with me and Michael. Though it wouldn't be fair to him. Nor me. Because he was always second best. You're the only one who's really meant anything. I do love you. Never doubt that.
I don't know. Do you know, when I think about it, it's strange, isn't it, the way we are now. Well, how in the name of God did we get it all wrong in the first place?
I don't know. Not the only one who's had time to think. I've gone over it all. When Katie died, you tried so hard to get near me. And I just kept pushing you away. It seems so stupid now.
Well, whatever the reason, it doesn't really matter now, does it? I mean, you're here.
Question is, what do we do next?
Well, the sensible thing to do would be wait till I come out of the nick and then see how the land lies.
That would be the sensible thing to do.
Would indeed. Mind you, none of this is very sensible at all, really, is it?
And I don't want to wait.
I beg your pardon?
this could be the most stupid thing I've ever said in my life.
Go on.
Will you marry me?
Hey?
Now I've got you. I don't ever want to lose you ever again. Please say yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I'll marry you. I'll marry you, yes, I will. In fact, I couldn't think of anything I'd rather do. Come here. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
This here's daft, you know what I mean?
I know.
Look, let me just run this by you again. Are you sure about this? You want to get married to me?
Yep.
I woke up this morning, thought I was dreaming, honest to God. I was waiting to see your face when you came through the door to see if it was real or not.
No, it is real. Although I have changed my mind about one thing.
What?
We're not waiting for the trial. We're not waiting for the sentence. Now I've got you again. I don't want to let you go. Yeah, we're going to get married. But we're going to do it now. Never. Not already.
Aye.
I love you.
I love you too.
And you know what you've got to do?
Yes, I've got to go and see the governor now.
Right.
Look, Elizabeth, are you sure you're sure about this here? You know what I mean? I mean, what if I get sent down for years? Don't you think it'd be better off if we waited till after the trial, eh?
No way. Firstly, you won't get sent down for years. Secondly, if you've just got married again, the judge might be a little bit more lenient with you. And thirdly, I want to be Mrs. Jim MacDonald again, and I can't wait any longer.
Tell you what, I never thought I'd be walking out of the big house a married man, let me tell you.
Well, you will. So I'll check the registry office and stuff like that, yeah?
Yeah. Look, I meant to say before, thanks very much for coming back to me.
I'm sorry I left. Right. I'll go and break the news to Stephen.
Oh, well, that'll be good sport. I wish I could see his face. Give him my best.
Come on, it's time to go now.
All right, boss. Goodbye, Liz.
I love you.
I love you too. Bye. Cheers, boss.
He's still playing drums all the time.
What in the name of God are you doing here? Look at the cut you. Hey, you should be in your bed.
Never mind, Matt. Nearly playing at.
Oh, well, I wouldn't expect you to understand.
You've just turned yourself into the police. It's been mad.
No.
You know, I've been laying in the hospital bed, trying to work out what's going on. I mean, that someone grassed you up or something.
No.
So why are you being so stupid then?
Because I killed someone, that's why.
Not deliberately, you
I
didn't.
didn't go round there for a cup of tea.
Dad, you were angry. You know, it was a spur-of-the-moment thing, a crime of passion, if you will. You didn't mean to kill him. He'd still be alive if he hadn't tried to kill me.
It doesn't matter, he's dead and I'm responsible.
Oh, you stop saying that.
I should have stopped saying it, it's true.
Are these your exact words to the police? I killed Jez Quigley.
More or less.
And this is all down in black and white, is it? In front of your brief?
I'm pleading guilty, Stephen. What does it matter what the exact words are?
It flipping does matter. Because if I can get you a decent barrister, I might be able to get you out of this mess.
Never mind the mess. I'm guilty.
What, have you told Mum about this?
No, I haven't.
Well, don't you think maybe you should?
No, I don't. Just leave her out of this, okay? You understand? You know, Elizabeth and I have been through an awful lot over the years.
And you've dragged everybody else through it with you.
Well, that's as maybe, but we know what we want this time. Apart from anything else, it's the one good thing I've got to look forward to, and it's helping me get through this, so it is.
Look, Dad, I've been locked up, so I know what it's like. You need something to hang on to. I just don't want to see you and Mum spend another 20 years tearing each other apart, that's
Well,
all.
it's not going to be like that, okay? Not this time.
Well, it looks like you've already made up your mind. So it doesn't really matter what I think, does it?
It doesn't matter what you think. You're my son. You're our son. Stephen, I'm not going to get down bended knee, okay? This here's going to happen. I'd like it to happen with your blessing. But whatever you think, like it or not, it's going to happen, okay? We're getting married. Right, Natalie. Now then, what are you doing here?
If it wasn't such a bad joke, Jim, I'd ask you the same thing.
Well, before you start, I've had it up to hear from Stephen about turning myself in.
Actually, I think it was an incredibly brave thing to do.
Yeah, well, thank you. It doesn't seem that way when you're banged up in a cell all day, let me tell you.
So what are you doing about getting out? Have you got yourself a lawyer yet?
Well, I filled the forms in for legal aid.
What, have you not seen anyone?
Well, I don't want to see anyone. What's the point?
The point is, Jim, that a good lawyer can make all the difference between getting out of here and going down for 20 years.
Natalie, I'm going down, so I am. Now, why don't you do yourself a big favour? Hmm? Just go home.
No, I will not. I'm your friend, Jim, and I'm not going to give up on you, no way, no matter what you say. Now, listen, I've got an idea.
This is John Harris, QC, your barrister. How do you do?
Pleased to meet you, John.
As your solicitor, I've been dealing with the case on a day-to-day basis, but Mr. Harris will put your case in court.
Oh, well, I'm very grateful, so am.
Mr. Applegate has already briefed me. But I thought we might go through your statement again in case there's anything we might have missed.
Ah, well, fair play to you.
And there's absolutely nothing else you can tell us that you think might be of relevance.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, John, I've been thinking about getting remarried, you know what I mean? Far more than I've been thinking about what's going to happen to me in court.
You're getting married?
Indeed, well, I'm getting remarried. Yeah, we've been together over 20 years, you know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
When's the big day?
Thursday. We'll have to get married in here.
Really? Well, you should have mentioned this before.
Why?
Well, I'm not saying it's crucial information, but facts like this can go in your favor.
Oh, well, that's not why I'm doing it, you understand?
You committed a very serious offense. We want the judge to hand down the most lenient sentence possible. To do that, we have to persuade him, firstly, that you have shown remorse.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I turned myself in.
Precisely. And secondly, that you are not likely to offend again. To do that, I have to demonstrate that this was a one-off, that otherwise you are a respectable, hard-working person of good character, preferably with a loving, stable family life.
Right. So, you think it'll work? You think it'll be lenient, like?
It's a close call. We're dealing with a relatively new judge.
Right, well, come on, John. Like, this is your job. What's your gut instinct?
I think he's going to find it very difficult to hand down a custodial sentence of more than 12 months.
Well, that's good. She's been very good to me, Natalie, and she deserves a break.
Well, she does want to keep it quiet for now, but she doesn't mind you.
Oh, well, I hate to tell you, I mean, I'm hardly in the position to go spreading gossip now, am I?
And she's definitely coming on Thursday. She's really looking forward to it.
Good.
Is there anybody else we should invite?
Well, apart from you mean?
Obviously.
Stephen, and I wouldn't mind Kevin coming. And apart from that, I'm not bothered.
All right, Dad.
We thought we'd surprise you.
Andy! In the name of God, son, how are you? Oh!
Good to see you, mate.
Here, come on, sit down. Why you play that?
Listen, I should have come back sooner.
Andrew, look, the best thing you ever did was get out of Weatherfield. You take it from me.
Yeah, well, if I'd been here, things might have been different.
Hey, none of that. We're all looking forward to the future now.
Absolutely.